Hi everyone. So in today's video I want to kind of explain how dating works in the Philippines, how things are a bit different than in the West, and a couple of terms used here in the Philippines that you might want to be aware of. So number one, dating. Dating is not something that is a casual thing here in the Philippines. Perhaps in the West, when you go out on a date, it's really kind of like a job interview, isn't it? It's, you're putting your best forth and she's putting her best forth, and you guys are almost like interviewing each other. What kind of job you have, what do you do for a living, what kind of car do you have, and it's almost kind of business-like. But in the Philippines, it's really a bit different. Now, let me go back to the West again. And in the West, just because you go on a date with somebody doesn't mean you have serious intentions. It might just be that you're looking for entertainment and maybe you just want to date around. It could mean a variety of different things. Maybe you are looking for something serious, but it's a whole process of finding the right person. We don't look at it as anything too serious until you've started dating many times, and then you kind of realize, hey, this girl is nice. She's got a good job. We have good chemistry, and things progress from there. And then you decide whether you want to become serious or not. Well, in the Philippines, if you are going on a date, automatically you are headed in the direction of, this is somebody that I'm very interested in and leading towards being my girlfriend and leading into marriage and kids and everything else that goes with it. Because in the Philippines, they don't date casually. They date for one reason, and that's to find a partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, and it leads typically into marriage and family. I mean, family and marriage really means so much here still, maybe like it meant in the West back in the 30s, 40s, 50s. So here it's very much old-fashioned, and they still really are traditional in that manner, in that they think it's not something that you do for entertainment because you're lonely on a Saturday night. It's not something that you do because you're bored, and it's not something that you do in the process of looking for the right person. When they choose you for a date or say yes, they think it's leading towards a relationship, okay? So for some guys, this is no problem. You meet a young, beautiful girl here, and hey, no problem. This girl's interested in having a serious relationship with me. Fantastic. But again, you have to be careful. If you come out here and you have the mindset that, hey, I'm going to date around and look for the right girl, which in the West would be totally acceptable. Now here, quickly you can get a reputation or be called something in the Philippines, which is the term chick boy. They also say something else, but I won't say it. But chick boy is a term that you'll hear quite a bit. Often you'll be called a chick boy. You'll be guilty before, even if you've only been on 2 dates. It's just something, I think it's thrown around a bit loosely, but the term chick boy really means that you're a guy who's not really serious and you're just kind of dating around and having fun. And again, in the US or the West, a chick boy is not really a term that would be used if you're just, if you told somebody, hey, I'm not really looking for anything serious right now, I'm just kind of dating around, and if the right thing comes along, then fantastic, I'm ready for a relationship. But to have that attitude or say that here, they just think, oh, this guy's not serious at all. He just wants to sleep with a bunch of women, which may or may not be the case. So dating is seen quite a bit different. One more thing I wanted to share about being a chick boy or having the label chick boy, and I actually talked to my girlfriend about this. What's their definition? What's a Filipina's definition of a chick boy? And it really is somebody who's dating a girl who's not looking for a serious relationship, just dating for fun or dating casually. So again, in the West, People can date casually, and nobody really looks at it as being a playboy or a chick boy. But here it's looked at differently. If you're dating just casually, um, that's considered a chick boy, and it can give you a bad reputation. So keep that in mind. The other thing is, talking to my girlfriend, she told me this as well, and other Filipinas have said the same. But you want to be frank with them. If there's no chemistry, or you don't see it going anywhere, you want to be frank with them and tell them right up front. So you're not leading them astray, and they're not thinking that it's leading towards a serious relationship. You want to let them know that, I don't see any chemistry. I don't see this going anywhere. Okay? Because, like I said, Filipinas, they don't date just for fun or date casually. They're dating because they want something serious leading all the way to marriage and family, perhaps. Dating is still very traditional here. They believe in courting. And when they say courting, it really means possibly her being chaperoned on a few dates or even 3 dates. So maybe one family member or a good friend of hers would come along. Now, you have to be careful with that she's not taking the entire family and treating everybody out to a nice dinner. I've never had a problem with a girl that I'm interested in being chaperoned. I just made it clear right away that one girl, one family member or one good friend, and that's it, and only for like a date or 2 dates before we start spending time alone. Okay, so that's part of the whole process of getting to know a girl and courting. Small gifts like chocolates or maybe a small heart, almost like a Valentine's Day, or a small teddy bear. Just small little gifts. It can be extremely small. It doesn't have to be anything big. Often you will go meet her family. If she's inviting you over to meet her family, then that's a good sign because she's not hiding something like a secret boyfriend or whatever. So that is a good sign if she wants you to come over and meet her family. That's very ordinary. Don't be surprised. Unlike the West, where the family might not really ask you immediately. If you just met the family, they're not going to ask you, what are your intentions for my daughter? Are you going to get married? Are you going to have kids? They probably would never ask that right at the very beginning. Maybe if you dated a year or so. But in the Philippines, don't be shocked that the mom and the dad or the sisters, it could be a first date and you meet the mom and immediately they're like, what are your intentions for my daughter? Do you plan on getting married? What do you do for work? How will you support us? Do you want kids? How old are you? And a lot of questions that we might feel like are personal and we don't want to answer, but in the Philippines, sometimes they have no problems whatsoever asking you a lot of questions that we kind of feel like are personal in the West, like how much money do you make? How much did you spend for that? How much is your rent? A lot of things that we in the West say to ourselves, that's personal. I don't need to tell you how much money I make and how much my rent is and how much my car cost. But in the Philippines, they have no problem just coming right out and just asking you these things. So that is very different too. What's crazy is it's very conservative on one part of it, but on the other part, things move faster than the West. And I'm not going to dive into this. Any of you guys who've been to the Philippines probably already know this, but sleeping with a Filipina, often this can happen on the first night. It's just not uncommon whatsoever, and it's almost contradictory to the whole conservative courting, that whole process. But then on the other hand, you got girls who will sleep with you immediately, and it's normal. I guess my theory on that is it's kind of their only tool that they really have here. They don't have a whole lot else that they can use to bargain with, and they use that to kind of pull you in and capture you. That's my theory on it. So things are a little different here in the Philippines for sure. If you're coming out here and you've been chatting with a girl online, don't have her meet you at the airport immediately. You're going to fly in, you're going to be jet lagged, and you just don't know. She could be setting you up to meet 10 of her family members immediately, and hey, let's all go out for dinner, and try to set up that first meet on your own terms. So you tell her, hey, I'm going to check in, I'm going to get to the hotel, I'm going to rest, get a meal, be refreshed, and then we'll go meet at Starbucks tomorrow or something like that. Don't let them take control of your whole trip immediately, because they will do that. They will meet you at the airport, latch onto you, and control you from the whole time. So if you're just first meeting a Filipina, don't let her take control of the whole thing. Try to do it on your terms. So questions, comments down below. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully the Philippines opens back up in the near future. As of right now, guys who've had plans to come out here, who knows? This year could be done with. I don't know. It's really hard to say, but at this point, certainly don't buy any plane tickets. So questions, comments again down below. We'll have that conversation. See you guys next time. Bye.